Hi, I'm Rick Harmon. If you're a real estate agent or a broker dealing with inherited property anywhere in California, there are a few things you need to know, and I want to provide you a few insights in the form of a few videos you can use. No legal advice, nothing really technical, but some basic things you can apply in making your life easier for you and your seller. Today, I'm going to show you how to select your target market just like a sniper would. You'll be doing this by zip code and other geographic areas, and you can use the findprobate.com website to do this easily. One of the biggest mistakes that I find that people do is they try to make too wide of an area. Now, I can do this as a lender making loans in probate estates, in which I've done for the last 30, almost 40 years, works with a very large market because it's very much of a niche, but it's product-based. You know, you have one product to do, and that is a sale, but also requires market familiarity in neighborhoods, maybe even down to blocks for that purposes. You could do that with the Find Probate site, and the intent is to zero in on your target, your back area, as you're going to create a very, very tight, hyper-focused, targeted market. And I like to say how to do it like a sniper, because you're only going to be effective within a certain area. So I don't know how large your farm is, but I strongly suggest you don't use more than 2, 3, maybe 4 zip codes, if even that much. But you become an expert, and then you look for probates in that area. You can do that with the Find Probate site. You can do this in such a way that you download lists, and there's going to be some other information that you're going to be able to further refine from that in terms of types of opportunities and open probates. But I strongly suggest you keep your farm based on a very small geographic area and be very, very intimately familiar with that, because that's going to be necessary when you go and talk to these people, when you market to these sellers. By the way, during that timeline, when they first open probate, they may want to sell, but they may not always be certain they want to sell. So going back to the original timeline is an important thing to understand, because life, even after opening up probate, life does go on and things change. Stuff happens just basically in our lives. So when you open up a probate, what you're going to find is sometimes your letter, your marketing campaign that went to somebody in the beginning gets thrown away or ignored. But if you go to a hyper-target market and you know what's going on in that neighborhood and you can discuss that in your marketing, then people will understand that, hey, you're a local person, that you're all right, you're familiar with the area, and that you're dialed in. And so a matter of repetition in connecting with these people and referring them to what's going on, you have a much better chance of reaching somebody and resonating with that seller who originally wasn't planning on doing anything, and now conditions have changed. Maybe there's a kind of a problem with the heirs not getting along, there's some kind of a problem in the neighborhood or their personal health situations. We don't know, but that timeline reference is really important. So we think back on that, that's actually going to be your friend, because that person who did not initially want to sell or list with you may change their mind over time. So that first letter who reaches them, there'll be some listings, but a lot of times the listing will not occur until well into the period. Another comment on the timeline: because of the post-COVID category where we had probate estates that were taking 12 months or more on average to close, these estates now are taking easily 18 months or more because of the closures of the courts and limited court personnel and the difficulty of getting things done during that time. So what you'll discover is that things that you did on your marketing campaigns originally that did not resonate will change now, okay? Because there's a lot of things that are different. Hey, this is Rick Harmon from closeprobate.com, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you find it useful, absolutely subscribe to my YouTube channel. And while you're at it, get my weekly blog, Rick's Rants. And you can find that at rickharmon.com and subscribe. It's free. You'll get it weekly.